everyone, this is Shweta and I am excited to welcome you all to another inspiring episode of Alumni Chronicles from PIBA. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Neelesh, who is currently working as a functional consultant at TCS. So without a further ado, I warmly welcome you Neelesh, and I can't wait to hear your incredible journey and the valuable insights that you have to share with all of us. So welcome Neelesh, welcome to PIBA Chronicles.
Yeah, thank you, Shudha.
So we will start from your introduction and then we will dive into more questions.
Okay, so first of all, thanks for giving me this opportunity, and yeah, I'm happy to here to just share my experience, whatever I had with PIBA, and apart from whatever the journey I had, which we'll be discussing through during the process. So, talking about me, I'll just quickly just summarize my professional summary. Like I've started my career as a manual tester in the company named Broadridge Financial Solutions, and you can say like I've been born and brought up there itself, like for 11 years in that company, and got an opportunity to transition from manual tester to business analysis process. So currently, I just when I left that company, I was working as a business lead almost. So, and apart from that, then I just got this opportunity for TCS to get into the system, and again got into the functional consultant role as far as my domain skills and expertise are concerned.
All
That's a quick
right.
summary about me.
That's awesome. I mean, it was a long journey in your first organization. So basically, I want to understand how this shift transition happened from manual tester to business analyst, that too in the same organization. So can you shed some light on that?
So basically, it's something like which I would say like a lot of credit goes to my friends, my circle, and my mentors as well, whom I'm still in touch with. So basically, when I just was working with, and when I was working as a manual tester, right? So I saw like my scope was limited. It's not like we can extend it, but I was seeing like my scope as a limited due being or working into that particular profile. So I wanted to have a bird eye view basically when I'm working on a product or project. So getting one part of the journey and just delivering it, whatever you have been asked to do so, was not my cup of tea. So out of like going out of this cocoon and just explore myself. So I was not having any coding knowledge. I don't have any proper coding knowledge. So that is, I think that was the only. So I would say like there was no plan B. There was only plan A, and there's only and plan B is to execute plan A.
Interesting.
So my friends, my mentors, everybody helped me, and I just basically there were internal job postings where you have to just give the interviews, and they'll assess you, and then they see like whether you get proper information or knowledge to fit into the project as per their standards or the working process models. So I just tried to study up more about domain. Then I tried to study about the business analysis process. My friends, which is basically who were already into that profession, they told me about preparing the presentations, talking to clients, what are the stakeholders, how this role evolves, what I'm currently doing versus what I need to do more. So all these things basically came into the picture, and I think 4.5 years I worked, 4.5 5 years I worked as a manual tester. Then I just got this opportunity to just get into the business analysis role.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I would say that was very early stage of yours in the company. Not very early, but yeah. So how did you manage to get into business analysis role? I mean, why I'm asking you this, because whenever somebody wants to transition from one role to another role, usually they switch, right? It is a bit a difficult thing to get a transition inside the same organization. So how did you manage that? Can you share your experience and any suggestions for our viewers as well?
So basically, couple of things over here. See, talking about it is very easy. Okay,
Correct.
even though like things will be different from person to person. Each and everyone's perspective will be surely different, and they will have their own challenges as I was having my own. But moreover, what I would see is like what kind of circle you built, right? Under around you. which you talk to, you go to lunches with, or you just go to generally hang out with. It doesn't matter like whatever the best time you're spending. There should be something like which pulls you towards your future and your career as well.
Right.
So I didn't do MBA, to be honest. I have just given the CAT, but the college which I was aiming for was pretty much like went on to the higher side of percentile, and I came all the way from Hindi medium student, okay, till class 12th. So even though I still I don't know like how I'm just telling this journey, somehow I just recalled it. Like I still remember like my first year of engineering, I was writing English words into Hindi. It's like if you write THE, right? So I used to write in Hindi. I used to write the.
Yeah.
So it was that journey. Okay, so I think I've traveled far,
Yes.
and overall, like I sailed through overall. So talking back, getting back to subject again. So this circle actually told me, and I was seeing them like how they are doing and what scope is there for them. Like you see, right? If you're just trying to just get into something, and there should be something which people say like what do you want to do after 5 years. People would want to generally say like what do you want to do after 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. I would rather go for a long term course, everything long term basically. My investments also like for 15 years, 20 years, something like that. So I was thinking like what I'll do after 15 years, even if I'll be a manual tester. Maximum I'll become tech lead, manual testing lead, or a manager, who will still be managing the testing team. So I was having a lot of discussions, and there are a couple of people actually who came into my life who were very senior, and there were a couple of SMEs basically whom I met with. They were when I joined this company, they were already like 11 to 12 years experience, 11 years experience, and they were very good at their skills. So one point actually which I was definitely want to mention is like whomever I interacted with initially in my when I joined Broadridge, so most of the people were seniors to me,
Right.
so that helped me a lot. Like they already been through that journey, so they told me like there are two things which I would say, like either a developer or a product. There are two ways which I would say, like if you want to survive or sustain in this world, there is no third option. So if you go towards the product, so this is the option, like you can go towards the business analysis. So I was kind of finding it lucrative
Oh,
initially, and I saw like how the charm and how the basically when a couple of meetings when I used to go to, there was 50. If I'm just giving you a rough number, okay, as an example. So if there is a member of 50 members team, right? So out of 50 members, there will be 30 members as development team, 10 members as testers, and remaining 10 is like two POs, or basically or two business analysts, or AVP, one lead, and all this stuff. So I was seeing the number and versus the impact. What's the project?
right.
So that's something which I was thinking like they're writing the document, they're validating it, they're taking it to client, they're giving the demos, they're kind of owning the thing. So and what I was doing is like I'm somebody telling me like just compare this, and I'm just doing the work. No offense to any of the any of the person's profile, to be honest, but it was my journey. Okay, so my personal opinion, everybody's journey will be different. I saw many testers basically doing very well, manual testers, especially from their domain front. So even the BAs go to them to understand the functionality. So that is something kind of a realization which I got very early in my career. So yeah, when I just joined PIBA, and when I see many people transition into business analysts, I thought like that is something kind of a blessing happened to me. And friendship history, I was always blessed. Like I was having always very good friends in any kind of situation. So this is one place actually who my mentors, my circle, everybody helped me overall.
All right. No, while sharing your journey for this transition, basically you indirectly highlighted that how important it is to network.
Yeah.
So and because of which even you were from a different background, you were studying in Hindi medium school. It helped you, right, to transition and to kickstart your career also in a right direction, I would say,
Yeah.
and that too in a very early stage. Not all of them are aware of this thing, so I would like you to elaborate more on how important it is to network at the initial stages or just in life, so that it will always lead you to a better place in career or anything. So any, if you have any more experience, then you can talk about that also, just to shed some light on this.
okay, we'll keep everything aside and we'll just only concentrate about this word called network. Okay.
Right.
So this particular word, basically, it not only happens with uh, only in the professional career. It happens everywhere in your life.
Correct.
Okay. So what I felt, I was late into reading books, but now actually better late than never.
Yeah.
They say. So, so what I understood is like you always should have a network or compare yourself who are better than you. People say like you should not compare and all this stuff. So everybody has their own theory. I have my own. So you have to understand like what process works for you in
Correct.
the better way and makes you better. Like if I'm today is Sunday, right? So I should be better than Saturday when I'm sitting on the Sunday. So even the 1% is fine for me. Even though I'll go for a 0.5% as well, that's fine. There should not be a zero.
Yeah.
That's it. So when I was just seeing these things, right? So initially I just met people because they were seniors, okay, so they know the things, and I was not expecting anything out of them as particular at that point of time. The only thing is like to build the rapport. First thing is like they understand me, I understand them, and most importantly, one point is like when you are just trying to just take a suggestion from someone and you say like you gonna implement it, you should or you must implement it. It doesn't matter you fail, that's fine, but you should implement it. Otherwise, it's. I also felt sometimes like it's kind of a person might feel like it's their time waste or they might lose interest in you. So that is something which I learned off late. I was kind of gained a lot of weight as well, like off late, around 2021, I would say, and then I started running. So I used to in my premises in my society. Then I got another friend who was almost kind of the same age with me. So we started running together. So we were kind of company to each other. So one other example which I was when we were talking about the network is like getting accompanied with like two are better than one.
Yeah.
Basically, when you have to just go long, you say right. Ratan Tata sir said because of whom basically I just joined TCS. So Ratan Tata sir said like, if you want to just go long, so you have to go together. So we were preparing for half marathon basically at that time. So we started with 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, and we started this journey around January or February. By the end of July, I think every weekend we were doing 21 kilometers and around 2.5 hour, 2 hour 40 minutes, something like that. That's not one of the best timings, I would say, but still the process what we followed. And we came across a lot of people who were very senior to us, like 50 plus or 45 plus, who were just very good runners, and we get a network with them again, and they taught us like what are the exercises we should do, what are how we should control our breathing and all. So what my point of view over here is to say is like when you see right that person is better than you, so surrender yourself first of all. Don't just keep your thinking aside like I know everything. It's fine, you know nothing, because there's a lot of things outside the world which you don't know, and you should accept it first of all, and go barehanded and just be grounded to understand and uh, accept that fact like what you have to do better. If I was one of the other thing is like I was part of Toastmasters journey. So I used to speak very fast. Sometime if anybody wants to give me an example, I still have a recording of me how I used to speak. This is not my actual speaking, how I'm speaking right now. So one of my mentors, she told me like you are just speaking very fast. When you are confident, so you speak very fast. And a couple of people on the onset also they said like you are we are not able to hear you. Can you just repeat it again? So I was thinking like, there is network error. So when I started giving demos to clients, so another person actually, my AVP, he told me like you speak very fast. So I thought like these many people are giving me some same suggestion. So if 100 people is one side and you are only on the one side, so there must be some fault on you for sure. So I heard it, and then I realized like I was speaking really very fast. Still I see like I am speaking a bit fast, but it was lot of controlled pace which I was here. So see, like these are the things like communication skill is one of the very important aspect. If something is in my brain, coming out of my tongue, going into your ear and going into your brain, this journey should complete. So there should be a proper communication. Each word has to be understood properly. For that, you have to speak the word properly. So all these things actually came into the picture, and these things have been improvised due to network only.
Correct.
Now if you see the circle, right, running, when I say, right, discipline, okay, or consistency. Daily you have to get up, you have to just go through the same routine again and again. It might be boring, but what is the end result? I was just doing the things. When I'm just trying to work on my speech, right, or when I was just going through this journey, but how this helped me, when I'm talking to client, I was more presentable, I was more effective communication, from coming from my side. When I just network with my seniors, they told me like, if anything happens or any blunder happens, that's not the end of the world. You say sorry and move ahead. It happens with everyone. It happened with me also. So nothing new. So they have already gone through it. So this is how the things will help you overall in a nutshell.
Awesome. I mean, even while sharing how important networking is, you also give some of the tips on how to network. You can network anywhere, and definitely somewhere at your in the life, it might help you. You never
Yeah.
know. So, thank you for sharing all those details and your journey as well. So going ahead now, you're coming from a financial background, right? So you're working as a BA in that sector. I would like to understand how it is business analyst in a financial sector is different from any other domain, or a general who is working on different domains. And if somebody wants to pick this as their future domain or work on this, then what suggestions do you have?
So before coming to that point, I was not by choice came into this sector. Okay, I was an electronics engineer. So this is something which I have chosen because of no better option. Then I have landed into the financial sector. Now, when I
Touch wood, you
landed
are
into
in
the,
the high paying financial
yeah,
sector, the high paying job.
no, it's like, not all grass is green, but
Okay,
yeah, you can make it green by giving more water, which is like, knowledge.
right,
So moreover, like, when I was started my financial proper, when I say like domain and everything, it started only because of BA profile, business analysis profile. Okay, so I started understanding like each and every term, very small term also, like, I like what is the transaction, what is the trade, who are the parties involved, and who are all the what are all the aspects which comes into the picture. So any domain, be domain. First of all, I think, here, there are two aspects. Okay, to think about it. One is BA and one is domain.
right,
So if anybody wants to come into the this profile at BA, so he should stick to this profile and understand like what this personality or what this persona is all about. Okay, uh, what has been asked or expected from you, that particular process will be same across all the domains. Doesn't matter if you're working on capital market or healthcare or everything. The uh, main aspect is all about the licensing and getting the gap fulfilled. So you will be asking a lot of questions to the other side of the parties or stakeholders. So that is something which you have to equipped with before coming into the domain side. Domain, I would say, is more of your interest. Like, it should not restrict you. It should something. It should work as your. It should basically work as an enhancement to your current profile. That's what. That's how I take it. Coming back to this financial domain, I started my journey reading a book called After the Trade is Made. I still have this book. I think here somewhere here with me. It always with me like this book. So it's always like sitting somewhere beside me for in my one hand. Okay. So I read a lot this book. Still I read because I don't know, capital market is a huge, I would say, cap the particular segment I was working is like 5% or 6% of that. So every time whenever you work on any product or project, right, to just try to understand each and every word, fields on the when you design a UI, so you inculcate a lot of fields, you inculcate a lot of parameters. So try to understand each and every parameter, and understand the meaning behind it, like what and why these fields are being used. Then you try to relate this particular segment into your domain knowledge, like where this gets fit in, and then how you relate the points. That will be something which you can understand easily.
correct,
And importantly, you should always make notes whenever you write. So you should write it and understand it in your way, and then put it like, this is what my understanding is, and when you just see through, you'll get it first time itself.
right. All right. Thanks for sharing all those details, Nilesh. Now, we'll go towards PIBA journey. So, I would like to hear how your PIBA journey started since you were a business analyst already. What made you choose to join this course? So, yeah, all the insights on that.
So, one very good thing happened with PIBA when I joined PIBA is like one of my interview happened in 10 minutes. Okay,
Oh,
I'll tell you the I'll tell you the reason later, and I don't want to disclose the company name, but yeah, I'll tell you everything
yeah,
later.
yeah, yeah. Would love.
So coming back to, and that is a positive thing which happened. Okay, it's not a negative, it's a positive thing. So coming back to this, so I was just transitioning into TCS, and then I thought like let's work on my skills and let's. I always again, as I said earlier, like I just always I'm open to feedback. I'm always try to learn like whatever I have, or I can just want to. What do I say? Basically, if I can just get more out of it, out of my skin, or particularly, it's like if something which is telling me right about how you can just improve or do betterment from your current profile also, that will be better. Like if there are 100 BAs and something is giving me the opportunity to come into top 10 BAs, so I would happily go for that. So initially I was thinking like why I joined PIBA, to be honest. It's like I was not needing it, to be honest. At that time I was already having like five offers in my hand, and out of the TCS I joined just because of Ratan Tata, nothing else. That is the only whole and sole reason I joined, because of him. And apart from that, I was having other offers as well, which were really very lucrative. But after that, when I was having some time, and initially my when I just joined TCS, I was getting onboarded into the project. That took some 2 to 3 months time. So I thought like let's give it a shot. It's fine. So I joined first session. So a lot of people actually they were asking questions, and couple of discussions were happening. So, and surprisingly, couple of discussions I was not aware of. Even though I was preparing for these many interviews, I cleared these many interviews. Still, I was not aware of. So I thought like I might have landed in the correct place. So journey started, and slowly one after the another sessions were happening. So initially, I was kind of feeling I thought initially first session I think I thought like did I just get it? Am I into a correct place, or I'm just wasting my time and money? But at the end of the process I would say like it made a lot of impact actually. Like see again I would say like you should not think you know everything, even though like I was having my own 75 80 question. I prepared my own Excel basically for the interviews. Like even though I prepared for tell me about yourself, how to just say this effectively. Speaking about tell me about yourself, this is also which I've written into my spreadsheet. So I was having all people from PIBA who knows me, they know like my I have sheet and 70 80 questions which I have for interviews which I prepared. So and that questions which came which the length of the questions, or the crispness or quality of the answers that they have they came out as a better quality just because of PIBA, the sessions which we are going through, and each and every small aspect, right? When we were just talking about, so generally I don't know to name again the platforms, but people when you say like business analysis, right? So they just clearly give you dumps and did that, blah blah blah, and
Right.
just pass the examination. Now you are the BA. That's it. But nobody speaks on the ground like what exactly a BA does, like what exactly you do. Like I was impressed, like to pretty much is like about small portions or small segments how they have been taken care, which people generally don't, they skip, like visio diagrams for example, or use case diagrams. That detailed were covered actually, so I was very impressed with this. So when you and in those sessions basically when I just been through, so literally did that with our own hands, or basically we draw it, or we just did that project. So what will be the advantage of this is like tomorrow if I'll be asking you, right, what you gonna, how you did this. So if you have already been through it, you will be able to answer it in a
Yeah.
better way. Even if you're adding something out of the blue, you will add it like something which will not sounds like it comes from Mars. It something exists on Earth only.
Yeah.
So that's the difference which I thought like I felt through overall in this process. And coming back to the interview which I was talking about is like they asked me like who is the Scrum team. So there is a slide actually which Devanshu actually included into his slide. I was not basically I didn't get this question anywhere in my all the 5 7 interviews. So I told him clearly this answer and who does what. He said, okay, thank you, we'll get back to you. That's it. And 10 minutes back, I thought like I was just getting a my first round happened for 20 minutes and second round was just for 10 minutes, and my first round feedback was good, and this they again told me like speak slow and just give better boundaries and just telling them about your product vision and all. And when he asked this question and one more question, then he said like, okay, we are good. And 10 minutes I was out I went into my room, I think 7:43, 7:45 or 7:48, and I was out of my room at 8 o'clock. And 8:15, me and my wife are walking downstairs. I got a call from HR like you are selected and we have to discuss your salary package in negotiations.
Oh,
So
awesome. I mean, interesting. I think maybe because of the clarity that PIBA brought in, that helped
yeah,
you.
yeah,
And as you were mentioning, right, even though we are working as a business analyst, but still there are a lot of things that we are not aware of. Not because there is some lack, I would say, but maybe we have to keep ourselves updated. So
yeah.
as you said, right, taking some course and good course is definitely going to be add on to your skills. So thanks for sharing your PIBA journey and about your interview, which was very interesting, and how PIBA helped you. Now I would like to know what do you feel was the key differentiator of PIBA course? I am not saying that you must have explored another training courses as well, but even if you have, just on LinkedIn or somewhere, so or if you would like to highlight few differentiators of PIBA, why should someone should choose PIBA? What do you
No,
think?
I can definitely compare basically. It's like not with the BA to BA basically, but I can definitely compare the type of courses like people are offering. I've been to one of the AI thing basically in between. So it's like all they need is your money. First of all, get into their bank accounts. That's it, and then they'll give you a link. Join this, and there will be 300, 400 people who will be asking questions. And by God grace, if you get opportunity, so your question will be answered. Otherwise,
Right.
Google is there again to answer your question. So this is something which is not happened in the PIBA basically. So that is the number game, right? Which we speak about. So and most importantly, Devanshu made people speaking who are not speaking in that class. Okay, that is the most important and good for them, to be honest. Like when I understand like people come from different background. They have I again, yeah, through network only I realized this point of late, like why some people are not able to uh, put themselves into the front and speak. I was not also like I was also like not always this kind of a person, but yeah, my circle, my journey actually have given me that exposure. But people might have come from different backgrounds, very humble or very humble backgrounds, or very somewhere like where they don't have this kind of exposure. And when they just land up into these places, so they'll feel like, okay, I'm into altogether a different world. So what I'm gonna do now. So all these things actually, when so you get all these people into the board on board, right? First of all, you're just taking all these people with you. So important point is like all people should be equally contributed. It will be like from both the sides. Okay, if I am just teaching you something, so you should always have willing to learn as well. It's not about I am just telling you everything, but making them InteractX, right? What is the name basically? So interacting was the key over there, like to speak about. Even if you don't know, you speak wrong, but speak. So at least if you're speaking something wrong, somebody made it right. Somebody can make it right. So that is something which I liked a lot. First of all, the number game, limited seats, then making everybody speak, and then when we just came into two different teams, right? So it's kind of a competition, like who will do better. So I still remember like we were just getting into the calls after some time during the office hours. Then we used to just do some uh, what to say assignments, and we have to deliver which we have to deliver that. And most importantly, the whole journey, right? The project assignment, whatever the Divanshu has given, so it was going through a board dashboard. I think Trello was the tool he was using, but whatever it is, the important part was like how this gonna look on your dashboard, how it gonna move to different cycles and all. So if you go through this, right, so tomorrow if you're gonna answer, tomorrow if you're gonna work, so things might be 1920, Okay, but it should not be 11:20. Okay, so that situation will be actually at least expelled. Okay,
Yeah.
from your uh, from your curriculum altogether. So whatever you know, the question will be like if whatever the 2 plus 5 is equal to 7, so that might be 2 plus 6 is equal to 8. That's it. That's gonna be maximum the next question. That's it. So these are the differences which made I think what I was really right about, like the other platform which I talked about, like getting into the link, adding to your WhatsApp group. This is the time you have to join the call. You join. If you don't join, I don't care attitude. So so yeah, I can definitely compare and I can just vouch for it.
Awesome. Thank you for pinpointing those specific details about PIB as a key differentiator, right? Like you mentioned, the number game. Limited seats definitely help you interact more with the show and helps you to clear doubts. So that is one of the key thing, and also the assignments and the interaction that you highlighted. So thanks for sharing those details. So now we are towards the end of this conversation, and I have one final question for you. Somebody who is in search of, like you were, or maybe somebody was from the course for a BA related course. So what suggestion do you have for them? So should they opt for PIBA? And yes, the key differentiator you have already highlighted, but if they should opt, what should be the process, and what is your suggestion?
So if I'm understanding this question correctly, the first question is like, should a person opt for PIBA?
Yeah,
And if he or she opts, so what should be the process, right?
right,
I understand. So to answer the first question, definitely yes. Going back to the second question is like, see, as I told earlier also, like you should involve yourself, like when you are just giving your time and money. So something which you are putting in from your pocket, so you should definitely get some returns out of that.
right,
Getting the returns is something like it goes both the sides. I never saw like people are not answering the query, or even though I think Devanshu might be or other people basically leave about Devanshu, like whenever he has times, I think he is always approachable. I don't I mean, or either you drop a message, you back after some time. But second thing, like you have people around you, right? When they are creating the groups and all, so you again create a network among them who are already established PAs. So first, you already got a new network where people from people whom you can learn from. First thing, and second thing is like when you're just going into this project, right? So just try to understand, and the more you get into, the more you deep dive into it, right? The more questions you'll get,
right,
and the more you'll get, more clarity you'll get if they are answered properly. So I would say like people are just not even if I see my in my current project also, people don't speak much even when the enhancement comes or if they have any queries. So but later when they develop it or when they test it, they have so many queries. So why don't we have queries when we are defining the requirement? It's as simple as that. So you should
right.
ask questions if you don't have it. That is a mistake we all do. Like in this from our childhood also. Like we keep ourselves in the corner way and we say like okay, what the other person gonna think if we ask the question. So basically that's his job. It's not our job. What he or she is gonna think. So speak, interact, ask, and implement. That's what I would say. These
Right.
four pillars. So then the journey gonna be wonderful.
Right. Thanks for sharing those details. So, yeah, thanks for recommending this course and again helping one understand how to get the best out of this course. What are the steps that they can follow apart from the way the course has been structured from them for them. Thanks for sharing all those details. All right, we are closing this conversation. I would say thank you so much, Nilesh, for making this time. And it was nice interacting with you. You not only covered the major aspects of business analysis and PIBA, and you also shared some important aspects of habit building, networking, and all.
Yeah.
These are sort of life lessons. So thank you for sharing those details also. And I wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Thanks for joining PIBA Chronicles today.